Good evening, Speed Gaming fans. Welcome to a wonderful night of Final Fantasy Randomizer action. Tonight, we have a hotly anticipated Falconic special for you. I am Dr. Funkin, and joining me in the booth tonight is Magius. How you doing tonight, Magius?
I'm holding up, Dr. Funkin. Basically, this is the first of our two matches tonight, which I guess we can explain that in there further on there, but this is going to be a good one.
It certainly is. Falconic, what is possible and impossible in a Final Fantasy seed, so we're going to be in for some surprises tonight. At this point, since we're not really sure 100% what's going on here, we have dropped the gate, and so the racers should be starting relatively shortly. Looks like we have a limited party selection tonight. Everyone's got fighters, red mages, and white mages in one combination or another.
And don't forget the White Wizard as well, which is something I have argued for about making sure, having the opportunity to select any of the starting classes.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't notice that. There are some folks starting with a white mage and a white wizard in the party. This is very different. And we are off. So right off the bat, we're checking some white magic. We got level 1 exit, which is always good to see. And it looks like we have blurst weapons and shuffled item magic, because I just saw a rub sword. And we've got level 1 Bane, so we've got an okay sweeper, not an ideal one. Meanwhile, someone just saw a Vorpal +4 for sale. That's gonna be a potential endgame weapon right there.
That means we do have the unbalanced shop zone, I believe.
They are not in any way if we're getting a rub sword for sale and a Vorpal +4.
We do have the buy quantities one.
Yep, one of the features being tested in alpha is the ability to just buy things in quantity as opposed to only being able to pick one or 10.
We do know that it's not entrance shuffle. I believe Dwight ran up to see the king, but I don't know if he got anything from there, so that might be a thing.
Yep. And Seranus, first one inside the Temple of Fiends, so we'll get to see what's in the treasure chest here. We've got a Wear Sword -1, which not ideal, but it is a starting weapon.
True enough.
And the White Wizard is already down. Doing their best to run from these early encounters, and ooh, those creeps just wiped Seranus. That's unfortunate.
Ouch.
Yeah, I wonder if this will be a wipe for a few people in here, because it looks like they're on a similar encounter table.
If it was me, I didn't see if any of them bought houses or, cabins or tents, any save item. If it was me, I would just run straight up and go beat Garland. Which looks like Seranus is actually going to be trying.
Yep, nothing special in the upper chests either. So, Seranus first to kill Garland. And if these bats ever get out of the way. And, let's see, thank you for saving the princess. Oh, hey! 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 They didn't give any items. They didn't give any items at all!
I thought it must have been that one, because Dwight did check the king earlier, so is the bridge there, or not?
That's a good question. We do have, I believe, extended open progression is going to be on tonight, but I'm not 100% on that.
Current extended open progression, or do they actually finally separate the two out?
I'm not sure. Okay, so we do have a bridge, so that's something.
Okay, good. So extended open progression, depending on things, will give them access to the mage style, So they have access to Elfland, and if they haven't separated it with the access to the desert as well, then they'll have that too.
Yeah, I believe for this, it's just like what we traditionally know of extended open progression, where you can just get all the way around the southern continent, and you'll be able to get in the air with either just the canoe or just the ship.
Well, and the floater, of course.
Yes, and the floater. And Seranus has successfully made it over to Provoca. Meanwhile, Static found a Pro Ring +3 at Matoya's Cave. That's great to see. Great early game armor and great end game armor.
Looks like we have Invis is one of the better white magic spells, although Mute there as well. Saber, Ice, Stun, and Sleep.
Yeah, not much for black magic there. Oh hey, a Masamune +4 for extremely cheap, considering it's a Masamune +4.
Oh god. Oh god.
Yeah, we've got amazing endgame weapons for sale here.
Masa or Vorpal tonight?
At +4, I'd take the Masa every time, considering they're both at +4.
I know, but crit rate.
Crit rate's great, but Masa's crit rate isn't that bad. It's even better when it's +4, and it's just so much more damage.
Yeah, but Vorpal crit rate. I mean, I don't know what crit rate. I don't know what the crit rate is at a +4, but and it looks like Cyrenus got the pirates.
And the pirates appear to be giving a ship, which is nice to see, considering that we may not have gotten an item here.
And I might add, this is with the text, so I'm not sure. Wait, was that a heal gauntlet?
It's a heal 2 gauntlet, -3.
So essentially, Heal Helm is now a gauntlet for the evening.
Certainly will be. Cheesenator in chat pointing out that if you wanted, you can equip the entire party with Masa's +4, and you don't even have to promote. You can just do that, and be doing insane melee DPS this entire time.
And the Masa +4 rolled cheap.
Yeah, it's only 7,700 gold. That's nothing for a Masa.
I'd grind immediately with, and I would just immediately grind, sell everything, and pick up Masas.
Yeah, the problem is, with trying to do an immediate grind right now, is we don't have a great sweeper for, say, potentially doing a pop grind to get that money quickly.
I mean, you have Bane, so you theoretically could try. Oh, there's your answer. Fire 3 staff.
Okay, yeah, a Fire 3 staff is a great answer. Yeah, that can take you right up to pop and do an easy pop grind, get yourself some Mossas, and be good to go forever.
Although it is expensive, it's like over 10k. But
Oh, okay, well, in that case, that doesn't quite help us at the moment.
yeah. Still, has anybody checked the actual churches yet to see if they have Aegis 5? There's
I thought
your
it was an
money.
Aegis 2, but either way, it's still an amazing endgame shield.
I could be wrong there, but I just, quickly checked, saw it had a number next to it, saw it was a positive, and just didn't get a chance to do it. It wasn't like a 1 or a 3, so.
Yeah, our tracker, Jonathan Yoshi, saying it was an Aegis 2, but it doesn't matter. Aegis is already the best endgame shield for a promoted knight, and it's rolled better than average.
Yep.
And Quake at level 3 black magic is I guess still our best sweeper. Is not having a great day with black magic. We've got Fog 2 and Heal 2 at level 3 black magic or white magic.
I might add the some of the spells have definitely rolled lower than average.
Yeah, just a smidge. And level 4 white magic, we've got Life and Harm 3 as notable spells.
Notable as well, the Opal Shield is buyable.
Not too surprising considering what we've seen. Oh, hey, here's our amazingly stacked level 4 black magic. We got Fire 3, Lit 3, Warp, and Temper.
Got Sweeper, Warp, and Temper, I'm betting they'll take, or would you take both Sweepers and Temper?
I would take Warp, Temper, and a Sweeper on one, and then both Sweepers and Temper on the other.
It's good play. We haven't seen any vendor items yet, but nothing good in the shops so far.
Oh, and it looks like we do just have a regular church. We do not have tavern mode on.
Did Uranus just sell the Aegis Shield?
No. No, Cyrus only has 54 gold, so I can guarantee they did not sell the Aegis Shield.
Yeah, looked like they did because they had the menu up for that one, but I couldn't see if or not they sold it or not. And we already have a dive. DVS is already diving into Marsh.
And that makes sense. I mean, we're out of other chests to check, so at this point it's Marsh or bust. Falconic saying that he would sell everything he could to get his hands on the first Massa 4, and I can't say I blame him for that. A Massa 4 just makes this early game trivial, and could potentially make the late game trivial while you're at it.
Yeah, I'd sell everything, get a Massa 4, just grind on ogres or imps, and just get like that enough to basically go to pop, take down like a giant or something like that, and just go. It's just like go. It's like just take enough battles so that you can get some EXP and then just go for it.
Absolutely. So far, nothing of note in Marsh.
And right ahead we have DVS going upstairs.
Oh, there was a Lit 3 hammer, I stand corrected, and a Harm 2 staff.
And Static actually going downstairs.
Yeah, that Lit 3 hammer is going to be amazing early game sweeper.
Well, they now have something to sweep. Conditions of power, you think?
Lit 3 is still not ideal for going to pop, and besides, we've got an eye down here.
Oh, nice! Free EXP?
Potentially, as long as it's not hitting too hard. It is casting Vanilla Quad X, which could be a problem for trying to deal with it.
Yeah, they have Bane, so they could try.
And we've already got a Stoned White Mage down there for Static Pulse. Still throwing out, those level 1 spells, doing their best. Yeah, this eye is a little tougher than you might want to try at this level.
Ooh, looks like Xeronis is taking a pop grind.
Yeah, that, again, from what we've seen for sale, it makes a lot of sense. And we have a crown in the chest that it's always in vanilla.
Okay, this is vanilla-less.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we have vanilla items on tonight?
I think we have vanilla-less. I think we have vanilla-less, except for free bridge. Or wait, did they have the bridge?
We may not have had a free bridge. We may have gotten the bridge from the king.
I'd have to backtrack to see it, but yeah, I'd say this is vanilla-ish, just with insanely good stuff. And
it sure looks that way.
Rumble.
And we got Bane coming out on a whole bunch of Frost Wolves, killing most of them before they get a chance to go off, which is always good to see, because those things can frost your party down real quick otherwise.
We have at least vanilla-ish as far as items go. I don't think we've seen whether or not they have vanilla-ish skills or anything else like that. However, I'm assuming not, since we've seen some crazy things so far.
Yeah, it's not full vanilla-ish, considering that we do have shuffled trap tiles, otherwise there wouldn't have been an eye in Marsh Cave.
And Cyrus gets down those Frost Wolves, picking up some insane money.
Nice. So yeah, that'll be great for grabbing some early mosses and probably a Fire 3 stick or two.
14k. That's about 2 mosses, right?
It very well could be. Yes, that's slightly less than 2 mosses, actually. Hence we see Cyrus, trying to get the money up for a second one, because they're 7,700 apiece.
These wolves will probably give him enough.
All wolves terminated, an extra 1,000.
Yes.
That's might not be quite enough. It might still be a couple gold short, but they should be able to sell something to get the extra.
Yep, and Astos giving over the crystal.
Oh, they went for the fire 3 stick so they can go back to pop to grind for mosses, or they're just gonna ignore mosses for now and use the fire 3 stick as a sweeper for the whole game, early game.
I don't, I agree with that one. Like, no, I mean not to.
Yep, just gonna use the fire 3 stick as a way to sweep through the early game. That makes a lot of sense. We saw some folks in chat suggesting that would be the best way to do it.
But Static on the other side, buying a masa, or at least trying to.
DVS having some real trouble with these Gerwolves. Knocking out pretty much the entire party except for the White Mage at this point, but luckily the White Mage has that Lit 3 hammer.
And we have officially seen a Masa bot. It looks like Cyrus is doing that with the fire 3 stick. Ugh, sometimes you just can't talk.
Yeah, it's tough sometimes. We all get tongue-tied once in a while.
I mean, after this we have, the Irongol Championship match, so that's going to be nice. This seemed to be an interesting seed to lead into that.
Absolutely, it will be. And, Trenton, GL, in chat pointing out that, now that Static Pulse has bought that Masa, Static Pulse could legit do an eye grind right now.
Oh god, that just makes me want to go buy 4 Masses and just start doing that. But then again, having that fighter... Yeah, I agree with actually considering doing an eye grind.
Welcome, folks from Speed Gaming with a rating party of 119. Tonight we are running some Final Fantasy Randomizer with some vanilla item locations and some super powerful stuff available for sale in the shops.
And ooh, Cyrus getting to bang down an eye.
Very nice.
And having exit means they can, exit out, take a save, kind of stuff like that. Also, Astos with Rub.
Yeah, it seems like everything's got vanilla skills as far as enemies go, so I'm not too surprised to see that. And goodbye, Astos. That's a level 11 for Static Pulse's part. So while we have vanilla item locations, it'll be interesting to see if we also have vanilla permissions on things like, say, Sarda not allowing you, not giving you the rod until actually, I mean, you kind of have to. Like maybe the at Crescent Lake, they still won't give you the canoe until after you beat the Lich. Who knows?
God, I'd have to go back and see the thing to see whether or not we had the free bridge. Because if we didn't have free bridge, then that means more than likely we will need to actually beat Lich.
We didn't have free bridge. The king gave it to us.
Then we're not going to have access to the canoe. Now comes the hard part, though. If this is vanilla-ish, then
well, it's not vanilla-ish because we have shuffled trap tiles.
Oh, I get that. I mean, vanilla-ish as far as item locations go.
Yeah, it's real tough to say. But at this point, if I were a runner, I'd definitely be expecting that floater to be an ice cave, and I'd be doing everything in my power to get there as fast as possible.
I mean, technically, they can just take the item out of the item pool, as far as incentives go, and it'll be its vanilla location, I believe.
And Serenus doing the whole run around with the quest turn-ins.
Oh god, that just made me think of Blues Traveler. Why is this game giving them the run around?
Because that's what the vanilla game did.
Oh, I know that. I played it as a kid.
And Static Pulse getting the Mystic Key. And not bothering to unlock the chests here.
Because there's probably not going to be anything good in there, and they immediately know where the TNT is.
Sure, we immediately know
where the armor is.
Found some really cool stuff in chests, like that Lit 3 hammer.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's not a good idea. I'm not saying that it is. Money, copper bracelets,
A Rubax and a Brack shirt.
opal.
You missed out on a Brack shirt by not opening those chests.
Oh, that's huge.
Oh, TNT isn't at home. Uh-oh.
It's not.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Which means the TNT is going to be in
Wait,
Marsh.
Is it going to be in Marsh, or is it going to be in Dwarf Cave? Because there's also the option of Dwarf Cave.
Oh, yeah.
And there's still the Northwest Castle as well.
Oh, and Temple of Fiends.
And Temple of Fiends. It could be any number of lock chests. Falconic being like, weird, we've been vanilla all this time. Yeah. We know, you're an evil mastermind. It's fine.
Well, there's an open shield and a bunch of equipment. Now, let's see when they start buying those masses.
I mean, I already would be, personally. I would have, like, immediately gone for a pop grind as fast as I could to buy some of them.
Yeah, and then in Marsh, once you find the eye, do you take an eye grind?
It's tough. If I don't have enough, pro rings, I'm probably not going to, just because of that vanilla quad X.
Let's see, we have 40 pro cape and money in the actual Northwest Castle chests. And now we're gonna see Dwarf Cave.
Money, yeah. Power stick, heal helmet, heal 3 helmet, a +4 ice shield. Those are both great finds. And, but not our progression. Jat asking what exactly is going on. Well, up until this point, we had vanilla items and a bunch, vanilla key item locations, and a bunch of super powerful stuff available for sale in the shops. However, the TNT was missing from Corneria, and at this point, it's beginning to look like it is in Keylock Marsh.
Also,
or Temple of Fiends Keylock. Both of those still need to be checked.
Also, we had a Massifor and a Vorpal 4. And, ooh, Agamatile!
Yep, that's right. Vorpal 4, Fire 3 Stick, and Massa 4, all available for sale in, between the Corneria and, Provoca item shops.
Found it.
And there it is. TNT was at, the Temple of Fiends the entire time.
It looks like Static is actually going to check Marsh.
Yeah, Dwarves had a heal 3 helm as its biggest pickup, as well as a +4 ice shield.
As a positive note, looks like Tyrannus is actually going to bang down those Agamas, maybe. Sun 4, though.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't bought Mosses for your entire party, that Sun 4 is a great thing to equip.
Flame Sword -4.
Flame Sword -4? That's unfortunate.
Sadly,
and it looks like Serenus is going back to purchase some Mosses.
I don't blame him. I'd be getting that Mosses immediately starting taking it. You know, find a grind tile and grind. I mean, they know where an Agama tile is, so they can just straight off the back to swing.
Yep, and yeah, Cyranus has enough gold at this point to outfit the entire party if they want to. Which looks like that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
Who needs sweepers when you've got Masamenes on your entire party?
I mean, it's insanely stupidly good.
Alright, and what's in the potentially incentive keylock marsh chest? We'll find out once we get away from these cobras. It's just a silver helm -2. So the marsh gamble not paying off.
Oh yeah, Opal -1 sale.
Yeah, I mean, you hate to see it on an Opal being that, but, you know, it's still near the best armor you could equip on your mages.
It looks like DVS will be our second runner to pick up their TNT.
They're in the right place. Oh, I love those you ate to see it emotes in chat. That's lovely.
So, at present, who do you think's got the lead?
Cyranus is the first one to... It's actually close between Cyranus and Dwight. I'm going to give a slight edge to Cyranus since they went and picked up massas for the entire party, which I do not believe Dwight has done yet.
Also, blink and you miss it, and Nerek's gone.
Yep.
For those that don't know, in the vanilla game, he goes, uses the TNT, and ooh, we don't even have the free bridge on to walk across.
Nope, that's vanilla too.
Although I did see Invis too in level 5 white magic, and nothing good in the black magic there, sadly.
Yeah, black magic has been largely irrelevant, but I mean we've had some great sweeper items. So it wasn't. Oh, that's a war mech. That's an unleashed war mech.
And that means the encounter table, at least as far as order goes, is probably not changed.
So it looks like Cyranus, due to the way things have been rolling kind of vanilla, is checking Earthquake Cave. And it looks like they're making a beeline for the downstairs. Yep, not checking any chests, appears to be going straight for the ruby chest. This could be this could pay off, but it could also be a mistake considering what just happened with the TNT.
I mean, NPC items could be vanilla, but the items that would be located in chests are probably randomized.
Right, which is why I'm saying this might be a mistake, because the ruby is not an NPC item, it's a chest item.
Oh, I know. Clarification for the crowd.
Oh, apparently there was a new alpha flag which allows promoted characters at the start at random.
I mean, I suggested about them doing that, but then that means what happens with promotion? Do they revert?
That's a great question for Falconic. What does happen to promotion when you start with a promoted class?
Maybe they promote further.
Guess we'll find out. Love to see that. Oh, hey, a Katana 4 in that chest. That is not a, that's not a ruby.
We called it!
It's also just a money sword, considering we do not have any ninjas. Unless someone promotes and becomes a ninja.
Or they changed what, classes can equip, but they've got a mass, so that it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's not as big a deal, for sure.
I mean, Massa 4 or Katana 4. Even if you could equip the Katana, I mean, what would you choose? Katana 4 if you could equip it?
All things being equal on a ninja, I would probably go with the katana. It's a little, it's just because the crit rate, for, like, the final fiends can really pay off.
Yeah, I mean, you basically have the highest crit rate in the game there. Slightly less damage, but when you're critting every hit, it's amazing. And Dwight's back in the, in Marsh.
Yep, looks like Dwight is gonna go ahead and do that eye grind.
I don't blame him. It's a great grind.
Yeah, and he's one-shotting eyes at this point, so that's gonna be some great level ups.
Does he have, 4 Mossas yet, or not?
I don't know. I did not check on that. Already level 14, though. Serana's desperately checking all of these chests in Earth on the way back up.
I mean, it sort of has to be an Earth unless the, canoe permissions, you know, where you can get the free canoe.
Yeah, if we've got
From
free
stages.
canoe, then it's still, you know, open game at this point. Because that'll open up Volcano and Ice Cave.
As we know, it is not in Marsh.
Correct. Zenobian suggesting that maybe they already have the canoe and just don't know.
I mean, they have walked around water, but, I mean, if you accidentally hit up on that one, you'd probably be able to tell immediately.
True, though, Lord knows I will sometimes walk around water just because I forget that I've got a canoe.
Oh, DVS is in Crescent!
Oh, so we're gonna find out real quick if we've got some progression from these old men in the park. Selling off some gear. Checking some magic. And, Cure 3 is pretty decent white.
Let's see, do we have anything there? Money there? Money there?
So nothing in Earth. So we either have gonna have canoe or floater from these old men in the park at this point,
Or Ruby.
or Ruby.
Canoe.
It's the canoe. Yeah. So it does look like we've got vanilla items from NPCs, just not everywhere else.
So with that, DVS is our first runner to be able to check locations.
And Dwight staring down a Warmech and going for it.
For it.
Interesting.
I mean, you have how many masses?
Just one, considering the way he's swinging, but it is getting 4 hits for 300 odd damage right now, so it's not bad. And it's got nuke.
Yeah, nuke, run.
Nope, going for it. Ice 2,
2.
still alive. 3 hits for 47. Stun. Fire 3, that does it.
Nope. Although DVS making their way through Volcano immediately. And looks like Static is actually keeping the White Mage down.
Yeah, funneling the XP onto the other 3 characters makes a lot of sense. You're gonna get much higher levels much quicker that way.
Ooh, bottle!
And, there's our bottle in Crescent Lake.
Well, Dwight finally picks up their TNT.
Yeah, it may seem like Dwight's behind, but that eye grind is gonna give him an early advantage just from level-wise. Though how much that is gonna matter too much when the entire party can be outfitted with mosses is also, you know, a maybe, maybe not.
Very, very true. Oh, Fast was also at level 6. I think we both missed that one.
So we did, yeah. Was it in a red mage or red wizard learnable spot, though?
4th slot.
I have no idea if that's red or mage or wizard learnable. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. So, with it looking like box items are shuffled, we could still find a floater just about anywhere.
And nowhere as well. Which is probably not likely, but I'm calling Sky.
And we got a couple of people in Volcano now.
3 or 4 runners in there.
Oh, we also had Nuke at level 6 Black Magic.
Ah. And finding Wormack again.
Yeah, meanwhile, Serenus is having some issues with a seafood party platter in the volcano.
I mean, isn't that just basically the roasted seafood party platter?
Well, those lobsters hit like trucks sometimes, so you gotta watch out. Oh, hey, a free Vorpal 4 in the armory. That's great to see. Can't use it yet until we promote, but still great to see.
Yeah, but it doesn't outclass the Massa 4.
Hey, a floater! And if extended open progression is on, that means we can get in the air now.
Oh, yeah. And Sirius is the only one to finish checking the actual armory, as DVS skipped it.
I imagine... Oh, really? DVS skipped the armory. Okay. They'll probably go back after taking on Carrie.
They hoofed it immediately down to the red D chest.
Meanwhile, Serenus is hoofing it right the heck out. Oh, you know what? DVS is probably still thinking about incentivized locations and didn't check the incentivized one in Earth, so didn't realize that that might not be the case.
And we don't have extended open progression. Or at least the dock.
Okay, so we just had regular open progression, but either way, we have got a Serenus at basically 36 minutes is our first runner in the air. And I imagine Static Pulse won't be too far behind since they're clearing out the armory right now.
I mean, extended open progression could have been on. I just did not see whether or not the path to Elfland was open.
That's true. There was no route from Corneria to Dwarf Cave, so there was no open progression on at all.
So we are looking at true vanilla-ish. At least as far as the map goes. Basically vanilla-ish, but with a lot of extra bonuses. So you think DVS will get carried down?
Probably. I'm hoping that the bosses aren't too crazy tonight. Well, hey, Serenus is gonna go ahead and have everyone swing on a war mech and see how that goes. So far, not great. Doing about 50 damage per party member. And, there's a nuke. And Serenus resets out of that nonsense.
Oh, I 100% agree on that one. Looks like Static will be picking up their magical airship soon.
I don't think DVS ever bothered to go pick up a Masa of any sort, just looking at the swords that are being swung here.
They did not, sadly.
But they are making good use of that Heal 3 helmet, which makes this fight relatively safe with vanilla skills.
It does make it safe on that one. Going for Brack again. Ineffective. Another miss, though.
Yeah, that's not too surprising. Carrie's vulnerability is statuses, not Brack's.
I know, but you still have the 356.
You do, but it's not something to really hope for.
I mean, when you just need to keep casting heal or that lit 3 hammer, you'll take the damage.
Yeah.
And also with that bottle, we can immediately... and TVS gets down Carry. So
Yep.
at about 38 minutes, call it 45 seconds, we have our first Word Blit.
And not going back into the armory is a little surprising.
Oh god.
Meanwhile, Serenus just hit level 17 on their party.
And they do have masses on everybody.
Yes. Serenus made sure to equip the whole team with Masses plus 4.
And as a positive note, with the airship, they can skip Titan's Drove. They can skip the Titan.
Absolutely.
And on Dwight's side, getting nuked by a Warmech.
Yeah, Dwight still trying to take on a Warmech, and it's still not going great.
Looks like Serenus is going for carry as well. This will be really fast. Oh, next burn Ruse at level 7.
Let's see, 370. Yeah, this carry's gonna melt. Yeah. One round of everyone swinging, and carry is donezo.
Hot knife, meat butter.
Yeah, hot knives. So many knives. Just an entire party of knives.
So now let's see. We are going to see an Ice Cave play. They have warp, so that will help.
Yep, warp and exit. So, even after using the warp trick, if you want to continue checking chests, you can exit out if you don't want to risk extra steps.
Oh god, if we have vanilla skill sets, that means Chaos has Cure 4.
Yeah, but we have so many mosses that we can handle that, I think. This, speaking of vanilla skills, the blizzards on this Frosty are just demolishing Serenus' health.
I mean, you sometimes don't ever expect, the vanilla skills to be that dangerous. But
it can happen.
So, bottle check. So, I believe bottle has been checked yet?
I don't, might have been, but I gotta guess it was vanilla, considering.
Asking because, I forget which of our runners managed to make it to, to Gaia, but I know one of them were in there. I think it was Static, but I did not see if they went to talk to the fairy.
Ooh, Serenus just reset out of the ice cave, and I'm not sure that was a good move, considering that we've seen items be randomized in chests. Like, they checked the incentive chest, and when it was only gold, they reset out.
That's because of the whole fact of, every other item is by an NPC, if I recall correctly.
That could be. Well, I mean, we still have to find the slab somewhere, don't we?
You are right.
Not to mention, we might want to find a tail to promote. We do have that Aegis shield, after all.
You're right, I forgot. The slab is in a chest.
It sure is.
Oh, they might be forgetting that.
Yep. Also, some things are in vanilla locations, Falconic pointing out that Crown was vanilla.
Falconic, are you hinting that basically you unchecked the boxes so that way some items weren't even in the incentive pool? Meaning they were in their vanilla location?
Or Falconic is trolling us.
I wouldn't put it past him, but there's this part of me that feels like he might have done that.
Yeah. And yeah, bottle turn-in is Oxyale.
I could see some of the chest incentives not being there, but the early ones being there.
Yep. Falconic saying you can de-incentive all fetch or no fetch, and tonight we've got a mix of both.
Kind of figured on that one. I thought I remembered seeing that. So while our runners are running around, do you want to explain what the Irongol is?
Sure, Irongol is our basically ongoing, almost like a wrestling league of Final Fantasy Randomizer. People can challenge each other to matches. Our current champion is Spellzap, and we have a new hardcore division opening shortly. And the point of Irongol is to have fun racing each other and race in some more unusual seeds.
Also, I believe after the 2v2, we might even have a tag team title.
It's very possible. Also worth noting is that tonight, immediately following this match, assuming that this match ends in time, but at 10 o'clock, we are having an Irongol Heavy Metal Championship match between Spellzap and the #1 contender, Zenobian.
And that actually does have a stake on the line for Saturday's Rumble match.
That's correct. There's going to be
champion.
There's going to be a Rumble on Saturday to kick off the official first season of the Irongol Heavy Metal Championship Series, and whoever's the champion gets to pick the flags for the Rumble.
Also, now Markin is on commentary. Do you think we might actually see them invoke if Spellzap's champion still invoking a title match?
Oh, I don't know.
I know during his last race, I did ask him whether or not he would actually consider doing that. And his response was more along the lines of, he might if Spellzap is still the champion.
So yeah, it does look like we have an Earth double dip going on because Static Pulse was not able to grab the rod.
Student GL pointing out that the boss scripts at the very least are shuffled.
Yeah, Seranus had already killed the vampire, so they were able to just grab the rod right away. And that is making this a little bit better for them.
Yep, and also noting... Ooh, gold bracelet!
Yeah, free gold bracelet doesn't hurt.
Wait, did Cyrus actually beat Carrie, or am I thinking of one of the other runners? Also, Fate at level 7 along with Wall.
Seranus has beaten Carrie. It just didn't get marked off yet. And they beat Carrie and then went to Ice Cave and then went to Earth Cave.
And getting away from a Warback. So
meanwhile, Static Pulse is up at the Waterfall Cave. Oh. And burning off encountered.
I don't know whether or not we have the vanilla encounter table on tonight or not. But this does look like we have procedurally generated waterfall on. Also, I was going to say Dwight
sure
just picked up. Dwight just picked up their floater as well.
Yeah, that's not too surprising.
Ooh, and some EXPs on Dwight's side.
And we've got a Lich on Serenus' side. 3 hits, 205. Lich going blazing. Not gonna matter. Gonna die.
I mean, again, hot knife, meat butter.
Yep. died in half the swings that Carrie did.
So that's 2 orbs down for Cernus.
It sure is.
I'd put them in a not so commanding lead, but at least a pretty good size of a lead.
Yeah, keeping in mind that everyone else still has to double dip Earth, and they. Oh, hey, there's our first ribbon.
Oh, and NPC, of course, the cube.
And our tracker Jonathan Yoshi is pointing out that they have lit up the orbs, they just are not showing on stream, unfortunately. And a second ribbon. We have got all kinds of ribbons over at these dragon areas.
And now they are.
Oh, there's the fire orb on Cernus' side going on and off.
There we go.
We've got some manticores outside of the forest area of the Cardia Isles.
It looks like DVS is going to Ordeals.
Makes sense, though we don't know if there's going to be anything of worth in there.
Wait, do we have Vanilla Pillar Maze?
That's a good question. That would be something I would check with how vanilla everything else has been. Ooh, free pro ring for Serena.
I think we have Vanilla Pillar Maze. We're going old school tonight.
Yeah, with how vanilla a lot of things have been, that would be something I would immediately check. Is just hit the the bottom pillar on everything in the pillar maze.
I mean, I'm just glad they kept the speed up as far as just the flow of the game goes.
Absolutely.
Wait, when did we get an adamant?
Who got an adamant? That must have been Ice Cave. Oh, it was Loose and Waterfall. Okay, that explains why we missed it.
Ah. So they have access to an X-Cal. If
maybe they have access to an X-Cal. We assume that, but it's hard to assume considering that this could be any sort of mess. But it is likely that they have access to an X-Cal. I don't think they care too much about an X-Cal considering they've got Masa +4s.
Well, X-Cal +5 with its ability to strip resistances, but I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, even with the recent changes on Alpha to Blurst weapons, I will still take a Masa +4 over an X-Cal +5 any day.
Ooh, and an A-Rub staff, I think. So let's see what we got. 455 gold.
Mudgalls casting fast on themselves, but taking 4 hits and 888 damage.
So DVS, after knowing what the chests are, going back into Ordeals. But finding the red D trap tile.
Yep.
So it looks like we do have vanilla trap tile encounters.
Correct. We do have vanilla trap tile encounters, but the encounter tiles are shuffled.
And we won't see anything super crazy like the 3 eyes.
Nope. And I expect we will probably see Cernus hit up the Sea Shrine since we're here.
Most definitely.
Buying some, investing in the housing market makes a lot of sense at this point.
Apparently, Hold and Dark were the other
level
Black
7
Magic
Fade.
Level 7 spells. it out earlier on that one, but still, level 7 Fade is amazing.
Yep.
Also,
and
Dwight
Ordeals
is
was a
at-
total bust.
Also, Dwight just took down Carrie.
Yep. And Seranus going straight for mermaids.
It's the play on that one. Looks like DVS is going back to Earth Cave.
So yeah, at this point, I'm pretty comfortable saying that Seranus has got a fairly commanding lead, considering that Seranus hasn't been to Ordeals and skipped the bottom half of Ice. Both of which are dozen. Ooh,
Dragon
plus
armor
dragon
5.
armor. Ooh, ho, ho, ho.
That's a sight to behold. Best armor in the game just got better.
Yeah, it's the best armor in the game, even more the best.
So it's the best of the best of the best?
Pretty much, yeah.
Ooh, and some mobile armor.
That we no longer care about, because we just found some dragon +5. Oh, we got NPC Guillotine on, because we are turning that... We just turned that mermaid into bubbles.
Eh. And DVS getting sadly rewarded with their katana.
The Ultimate Bohab in chat asking how we have both a white mage and a... Oh, there's a slow 3 shirt. How we have both a white mage and a white wizard. This is an alpha flag, which allows for randomly a party member to roll promoted before the game starts.
So yes, that means if you get a knight, you basically just grind the knight away.
Could also be bad news if your black belt rolls improved.
I mean, true enough, but then again, you still have the damage output.
Static Pulse also making their way into the Sea Shrine. And Dwight has just become airborne.
So let's see. We are a slab away from go mode because we will need that to get the as we know.
Yeah, with the vanilla NPC items, we do need to find that slab in order to get that chime. But once we have that, we're in go mode, and honestly, promoting... And speaking of slabs, there's a slab. Seranus is in go mode. And with 2 ribbons and a party full of... and a party full of Massas, I'd say, yeah, they're not even checking more chests. They're done.
I mean, you have enough armor that you can work with it. Although, I would be tempted to check a few greed chests for that, tail? Just for... Yeah. Tail.
Yeah, with a Dragon Armor +5 and an Aegis Shield +2 in the inventory, I would probably also check some greed checks, but I wouldn't do anything beyond that. So yeah, again, I would say that gives Seranus a pretty strong lead, considering... again, skipped the bottom of Ice Cave and skipped Ordeals. Did 0 unrequired dungeons. Oh, and I think they skipped Keylock Marsh as well.
They did. As they ended up checking the, they ended up checking Topher more, before checking Marsh because of where they were at. Because, of course, buying the 4 masses made them closer to Corneria. Looks like DVS is starting to realize that the floater isn't here.
It sure isn't. It's back in the armory in the volcano. Dwight turning in the adamant, getting an X-Cal.
Was it normal X-Cal or...
Oh, and
We have
Static
the
finds
tail!
the tail. That was not a greed location.
That was on Mermaid side, I believe.
Yeah, I guess Cyranus skipped the second floor, the floor just below Mermaids, which again was kind of risky, but paid off. Cyranus has basically skipped every non-vital chest.
And Kraken is not down yet, surprisingly.
Nope, and is punching people down pretty easily. But Kraken's down now, so no worries there. And that's the third orb lit for Cyranus at 59 minutes and 11 seconds.
I think Cyrus, with this party, if they're going to skip checking for the tail, I think they might want to grab some more levels.
True, but they know where the eye is if they really feel underleveled, and they can also just, by taking encounters in Sky, are gonna gain a bunch more XP.
Very true, although Kraken was hitting like a truck like they normally are.
Yeah, DVS is going down to check Keylock Marsh. It seems like they've forgotten about the Volcano Armory.
I think they're still on the... This is incentivized, it might be there. I believe this is the second orb for Static. I could be wrong there. Dwight being in the air, I don't know where they're going to go next. So DVS has found a War Mech again.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Static ever went back to fight Carrie or not.
I think they did, but we'll see in a minute next time they go into the menu. And also they found their slab, so they are in go mode.
Yup.
Hi!
Cyranus got their slab translated, heading down to get it turned in for a chime.
Also, it looks like DVS is trying to take down a War Mech. I think everybody wants to take down a War Mech if they can. And yep, even the finished hospitality is not on.
Very, very vanilla.
Let's see, it's level 8. We have Cure 4!
I mean, yeah, take that. Yeah, I'm not sure that Cyranus is going to need to do a whole lot of extra leveling. I just saw level 25 on some of their party members.
They probably need to do some leveling. It's going to depend on how strong the Temple of Fiends are.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to bother stopping for a grind. And we're trying this War Mech, who's coming right out the gate with Nuke. Very rude. But we're getting some really good swings in. If we get some decent turn order, War Mech may go down and power level this party real quick. Boom!
And
Terminated! There's some nice... Yeah, 29, 28, 29... No, yeah, that's an extremely safe level to go into a Temple of Fiends.
I mean, stopping by Gaia, probably going to in up or pick up spells. Spells.
You checking at least. And may as well... what else are we looking for? Probably gonna refill some items.
Nope,
oh no, we're checking the rest of Matt.
Life 2. There you go.
Fair enough.
And heal 3.
I'm not sure I would have worried about getting heal 3. I probably would have just picked up life 2, especially since we found those heal 3 helmets.
Yeah, but this way they can give it to another person and just immediately, have 2 casts of heal 3.
Yeah, it's tough. For me, it's just, with life 2 being level 8, I'd want as many charges of that as possible.
Oh, I agree with you there. And I think DVS is starting to realize that the item he is looking for is loose.
Yep, loose in the volcano.
And looks like Static is on their Kraken. So let's see how their Kraken fight goes. To bring up the see, swinging with a fighter, 4 hits, 180 some damage, Invis on the fighter. Kraken swings for over 400 damage, Temper on the fighter.
Oh no. Oh no. Falconic pointing out that Dwight skipped one chest on the TFC floor, and he's asked if we can guess which one. Judging from what I see lit up on the tracker, I'm gonna have to guess it was the one with the tail.
Looks like Static finally gets down Kraken.
Meanwhile, I'd say get your Bless RNGs out, but we've seen enough Warmix already, and Tyrannus has already killed one, so we're good to go now.
Also, Static getting their first Orblet, and DVS is realizing that
doesn't have a ruby.
Also, it cannot appear on the bridge, I believe. Or if it can, it is in its vanilla encounter spot in the table. And it looks like Static is going to go promote.
Yep. So, we'll finally get to see what happens when a white wizard promotes. Okay, we got randomized classes completely, because that fighter just turned into a red wizard. We've got a master from the look of it. Yeah, we have
mage.
Is that a black mage and a red mage. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
Yes!
Tyrannus really made the right decision by not finding that tail. Oh god.
I mean, do you reset out of it?
And because of the way that was, that black belt has spells, and that black mage was gaining white magic. And that red wizard has no spells.
I mean, the red wizard can at least buy some spells.
The red wizard can't go buy spells. The red wizard doesn't have spell levels. It just showed it on the character select screen.
Ah. Just gain a level. Just gain a level.
No, it doesn't even have, like, 0, 0, zeros. It's just blank. There are no spell levels to gain.
Oh, Blinkety miss it, and Cyrus has got all 4 orbs lit.
Yep. Cyrus is ready to head into the Temple of Fiends revisit.
Taking down an Ankleo. And just hit level 30 on one of his characters. I love this. I've got to go back and read the dev stuff, because I think I suggested a few of these. Well, tossing away the promoted stuff.
Yeah,
I think
yep.
Cyrus is going to laugh at during the post-race interview.
Yeah, that could not have paid off anymore.
Oh, we missed it.
Oh, there was a ribbon for sale in the Crivet in
Yup,
Crescent?
ribbons for sale. Ribbons for sale. Heal 3 helmets for sale.
According to Septimus in our chat, this flag set existed before, about a year ago.
Nice.
Oh, and
Now
apparently that promoted black belt now has saber.
Oh god. That's kind of broken.
It's real good.
I mean, tempering a black belt's a thing, but giving the black belt a free cast of Power Bonk? That's even better. Also, looks like Dwight is on Kraken as well.
Throwing out Brackshirt, casting Bane.
Also, looks like Cyranus is picking up some Opal Cheerios.
Makes sense. Opal -1 is great armor, and it's in a convenient location.
Yep. And I'm assuming Dwight got them down, Kraken down because they were on the menu.
That's actually a pretty good point. Up until this point, that our Red Wizard had been gaining fighter stats, so it's still going to be pretty strong in that respect.
These flags need to stick around, or at least some of the actual stuff with it. Because I like them. I don't know about you, Dr. Pumpkin.
And at
But
1
short
hour,
Topher.
10 minutes, and 22 seconds, and oh, it's short Topher, and Cyranus is already in and resetting out because they weren't ready for short.
Better question is, Nope, doesn't even check the test to see if there's anything good.
Nah, they got everything they could possibly want.
4 masses. Hey, here's Gary. Also, Dwight just got their slab turned in.
Good for Dwight. And say goodnight, Carrie.
Good night, Gary!
Oh god, poor DVS is so lost because he skipped the, Yeah, sorry, the world's vanilla, Dwight. You need to go back to Volcano.
Doing DVS, but still.
Yeah, DVS, sorry.
It's okay.
All those D
Dude,
names. And that's another dead boss on Cyranus' side, so Cyranus is about to pull Chaos.
Yep, and I think immediately after that, all the runners are going to go crazy, or we might see a forfeit from DVS. Doubtful though, but here's hoping not.
Yep. And it looks like we've got some Vanilla Chaos, throwing some Tempers onto that Fighter. Fighter is swinging away, and we're going to cast some Fog 2 with the White Mage. Regular swing, 2 hits for 426 damage. That's great right off the bat, considering we haven't tempered up yet. Some lightning coming out from Chaos, not a huge deal. Fog 2 goes off, Final Temper goes off. Another round of Temper, why not? Let's bulk up that fighter as much as we can. Temper goes out first, next Temper goes off. Great turn order. Chaos swings and takes out a Red Mage. 3 hits for 60 damage from the White Mage, 2 hits, 449 damage from the fighter. Temper coming out again, fighting again, more Fog 2, trying to see if we can make sure to survive this, very strong hitting Chaos. Another Temper with good turn order, swings, 4 hits, 815 damage, only 250 damage this time from Chaos, so the Red Mage survives. We get yet another Temper off. Ice 2, more or less a free round with how little damage it does. Swings, 228 damage there from the White Mage, 407 damage from the fighter, and now we're hold A and pray from the look of it. 3 hits, 651, 3 hits, 220-10, and Chaos is terminated!
Get your GGs in chat. Also looks like DVS is finally back in the volcano. And this is down on static side.
And Cyranus has finished with an official time of 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 53 seconds. GG to Cyranus.
Do you want to try to pull them in?
Yeah, I'll see what we can do. Sounds like we are just joined. GG.
GG. That was interesting.
So you made so many correct decisions that I almost would have thought you had foreknowledge of this seed.
I got extremely lucky with the loose item.
Well, not only that, but you made the correct decision not to check the bottom of Marsh. You made the correct decision to skip the bottom of Ice Cave. You made the correct decision to skip Ordeals. And you made the correct decision to skip the chests in the floor before Mermaids, which is where the tail was. Because it turns out, if you had the tail, when you're promoted, random classes.
Yeah, I was expecting random classes, so I was actually planning to not promote, or at least save before promote.
Ah, smart.
Looks like now that Static has got a level or two on that red wizard that
It's
was a
starting to get
fighter.
spells.
Yep.
Well, that's good at least. Yeah, Static Pulse's fighter became a red wizard with no spells.
His one of his other party members became a master with spells, and is white mage.
So yeah,
Terrible.
Cyranus, you got any thoughts about this seed?
Mosses were free. I was like, I'm just gonna melee this. I think I bought like 4 spells on my red mage.
Yeah, that looked like a really smart move, just getting Massa 4s on the whole party. It really just kind of jetted you through this seed.
Yeah,
I mean, you had Whirlpool
fire
too.
that was nice.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you there, Cyranus.
The early fire 3 staff was pretty nice too.
Absolutely, yeah. That was really good to see. And then there was the Lit 3 hammer in the top of Marsh. Like, there was some really good stuff right out the gate.
Don't forget Whirlpool 4, although this seed, not that good.
So if I had done top of marsh, I would have found a decent caster weapon early. That's good to know.
Oh, you also skipped the top of Marsh. You literally skipped everything that wasn't required.
Yeah, because I originally I went down to marsh. I was like, okay, it seems like this is vanilla, and I
Right.
didn't realize it wasn't until I didn't get the TNT.
Right.
Oh,
It
also,
was-
you never found the ruby.
Nope, never found that. And the other thing that you ended up doing when you were still under the impression things might be vanilla is going to check the vanilla ruby chest. Yeah, it turns out that it was still required to kill the vampire in order to get the rod.
Ah, okay. Well, that's I'm glad I did it.
Yep, that ended up we thought that might have been a mistake until we saw, I think, Static Pulse try and pick up the rod and not be able to get it.
I was really surprised that Lich was not required for the canoe. I figured he would be, but I was like, I will go check just to make.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, you had to know for a fact that that was the case because you had cleared all of the chests on the way back out of Earth. So there was literally nowhere else that you could find progression.
My thinking at that point was that the ruby might be loose somewhere, in marsh where I abandoned it or something like that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you didn't check all the extra stuff in Marsh. Right.
I had a lot of scary moments where it's like, well, I've already orphaned a lot of stuff, so I'm just going to go forward, check the chest dense areas, and pray.
Yeah, and that could not have paid off anymore. Like we said, you skipped literally everything you didn't need to find.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that slab, I was like, that's it. We're going.
Yeah, I mean, like, it just goes to show you had finished before anyone else even had 4 orbs lit.
Although it looks like Dwight has 4 orbs now as well.
Yep, so Dwight should be heading into his short Topher very shortly.
Yeah, he'll get the news that Topher is short and pretty much a joke, although Chaos had some HP on.
Yeah, and was hitting fairly hard, but not doing much else.
I mean, I have to ask, did you feel you were behind at any one point?
No, but I was scared that if that slab had been, loose in any of the places I orphaned, that yes, I would have been behind if that was the case.
So yeah, once you found that slab, it's just like, okay, whew, I'm good. I can just hit the gas and go.
Yeah, and I felt really good because I knew I had skipped so much that it's like, I have to be doing pretty good.
Yeah, and like, you didn't even check greed chests at that point. You just went flat out. Which makes sense, because again, you had Masas on the whole party and you had found 2 ribbons.
Like, ribbons were for sale, opals were for sale, and I had Masas. It's, what more do you need?
I mean, we basically didn't even notice that the ribbons were for sale originally, so good on you for that one.
I would have liked to have had fast, but you don't need it. Temper's good enough.
Yeah, as we saw, as you hit Chaos for 425 damage right out the gate before even one of your tempers had gone off.
I'd have been really happy if one of those earlier war mechs had died for me.
That would have been nice, but you did still manage to kill a war mech, so good on you for that.
Yeah, it's like, I have Masas. I can maybe kill a war mech if I get enough crits. I'll just keep swinging at him anytime he appears.
I'll also point out that Dwight did check the chest in Temple of Fiends. Nothing good.
Nope, nothing at all.
And opting for Tia.
Tia's coming out strong with Thunder. Doesn't hurt so bad when you've got an entire party equipped with ribbons.
Enemy scripts are vanilla, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they did appear to be. Someone thought that the boss scripts might have been shuffled, but it didn't look like that too much.
So what did you think of that Heal 3 helmet?
I didn't notice I had it until I was preparing for Chaos, and I was like, oh, I have a Heal 3 helmet. That's useful.
Yeah, it certainly could be. Yeah. Tiamat doesn't normally have nuclear, as far as I know.
Yeah, bosses
he
are
not.
apparently.
Also, Static has just lit their orb.
I thought it was strange when Lich 1 used, like, Blaze or something. I was like, that's a Tiamat move.
Yeah, it definitely seems like the bosses were shuffled, but the rest of the enemies were all vanilla.
Also, Dwight getting down Tia 2.
I imagine Lich 2 is just gonna fall over and pretend that it never existed.
Oh, just found fast. Level 6, top slot.
Yeah, it wasn't Red Mage learnable.
Yeah.
Again, I forget the spell slots, except for, a few of them. Also, Lich 2 was paper.
It's Lich 2. Lich 2 is basically always paper.
Oh, and as pointing out, Nuke was also there.
Yeah, Jonathan Yoshi had taken that down for us. He's been a great tracker this whole time.
Also,
And,
Dwight is on Chaos.
Yep, you want to call it?
Yeah, sure. Why not? For some Viz 2 and Viz 2, Saber on the Red Mage. Ice 2 coming out from Chaos. Also, TVS picking up their cube. Oh, the GameCube and the Adamant. Some more Invis 2, some more Invis 2. Swinging, 2 hits, 372 damage. Swirl coming out. Some more Invis 2.
I didn't even know Chaos had skills. I'm pretty sure it only punched when Tyrannus was fighting.
That is true. Also, Static is just about to pull Chaos. Heal 2 coming out from Dwight. Swing with that fighter. 2 hits, 308 damage. The 2 coming out.
Oh, Static Pulse has a level 49 black belt.
Master.
Close enough. The point is, it's about to show Chaos the biz. Only 4 hits. Oh, because it wasn't gaining levels so it doesn't have all the proper hits.
It should still have the proper hits, unless, weird randomization.
Oh, there we go.
7 hits,
7 hits, 1100, okay.
I think Static's gonna steal it. For second.
Yeah, it's gonna be close.
So, Invis 2 coming out on that side. I'm guessing this one's gonna be it. On that one, I did not see the hits, but it was a lot.
Yeah, and there it is. Static Pulse steals second. With an official race time of 1 hour, 24 minutes, and 37 seconds. GG Static.
Also, Inferno coming out on Dwight's side. Swing again, 2 hits, 171 damage. Oh, DVS is trying to take down a War Mech. Some more tempo on that fighter. Heal 2 coming out. Chaos is starting to miss. 3 hits, 317 damage. Swing again. 4 hits for 88 damage, I believe. Swinging for very little damage. Temper coming out. Fire 2 from Chaos. Swing, 2 hits, 53 damage, I believe. Swing from that fighter, 4 hits, 490 damage, and terminated. Get your GG chat for Dwight Visitile as well.
And Dwight finishes with an official time of 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 49 seconds. GG.
And as Starman 0 points out in chat, the black belt / master hits like a truck. That's why the answer to every problem in this game is grind to 50 with a black belt.
Yeah, and it does look like DVS is planning to finish this out. So if you want to stick with us while DVS does that, you're welcome to. Also, starting momentarily on Speed Gaming 4 is going to be the Irongol Heavy Metal Championship match between Spellzap and Zenobian.
With the winner at present having a chance to pick the flags for Saturday's Rumble.
On top of also just being the champion, all of the prestige that entails.
I mean, technically, El Markin may have a say in Saturday's match if they choose to try to invoke their right, but still. Anyway, do you want to try to pull our other runners in here?
Yeah, we could do that. And with that, it seems that we have been joined by Dwight. GG, Dwight. Not sure if Dwight heard me or whatnot, but they are in the room with us.
Oh, I'm on push to talk, so I was talking, and yeah, I didn't get there. GG's guys, thanks. That was pretty fun. Thank you, Falconic, for throwing these flags together. I was confused. Good, right?
You could have been even more confused if you had picked up the tail, because the tail would have randomized your classes.
Yeah, I was trying to go fast, and I figured some of the stuff was vanilla, it seemed like, but some of it wasn't. So I was like, I don't want to go to Ordeals and have it be like nothing.
Static Pulse also joining us now. GG
well.
Static Pulse.
Yes, hello. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to play the seed and race y'all.
Do you want to know what separated second and third?
Sure.
Promoting and getting a black belt / master. What was the end game level on that, Master?
Let's see. I think after the 2 War Mechs, I ended up being 48 on the Red Wizard and the Master, I believe it was. The 2 War Mechs really helped me out on the levels, that's for sure.
I tried to beat Warmick a couple times, and it did not work out for me.
Yeah, I ran into him twice in the early game, and I managed to run first action, so that was pretty good. Surprised me the first time because I hadn't saved. I think I was coming back from Marsh Cave the first time, so that would have been inconvenient.
So I messed up on when I fought Chaos too. I should have probably just went with Tempers and the fighter that had the Massa, but I wanted to do like a multi-melee strat. I popped a couple sabers, and that did not end up working out for me.
I actually went back and got I got a fast on both the Red Wizard and the Black Mage, so I was fasting up my Master and the Red Wizard. So that definitely helped out. Throwing some tempers afterward, I think.
Also, I might add, it looks like the stats for the game are broken.
So you broke up a little there.
I said it looks like the endgame stats are broken. So I'm pretty sure you didn't reset 1,338 times.
Yeah, some of the some of these stats were broken at the end. Looked like I went over the maximum limit. Started to get into the alphabet there.
Also, someone's pointing out in chat, it sort of felt like multi-classing for D&D.
Yeah, I was so when I picked up the tail, I was wondering if I should at that point bother to go promote. I had a feeling it would mix up my classes, and I was very, at that point it's a gamble, right? Do you go with what you have, or do you gamble and hope like, hey, does it come out favorable? So what was really interesting was that the stats seemed to stay the same. I noticed, I think I checked it out, the Red Mage turning into a Master, he started off better off with the Mazza equipped. But after he shot up in levels after the 2 War Mechs, he was doing more damage barehanded. That's what I noticed. And of course the Red Wizard having like level 30 fighter HP was also pretty good to have, even if he didn't have any of the magic.
I mean, it looked like they did get spell charges.
Yeah, I think I actually got to take a look at what spell charges they were getting. I think I saw 1-1 at some point, but I don't recall.
To answer Falconic's question in chat, I think they might have a Massa, but I am not positive.
They didn't earlier.
Oh god.
Yep. Has not, as near as I know, has not bought any Mosses yet.
Did he check the weapon shop?
Yes and no. But they do have a couple of vocals.
I went and got that X-Cal so I could sell it for money, so I could get the bottle. That was my plan.
Oh man, I completely forgot I had the adamant. Actually, that would have been smart. Several
Did
times
the-
I tried to buy the bottle twice and failed to do so. So that was a bit of a time loss on my end.
Did the X-Cal have any bonuses, or was it just vanilla X-Cal?
It was -2, but I wasn't planning on promoting at that point, so I knew I wasn't going to need it.
I mean, we were just shocked that the Dragon armor was Dragon 5.
Yeah, I sold that for money too. One mistake I wish I did. I wish I should have just taken 2 white wizards, but I didn't know. I thought Falconic would pull a fast one where this white wizard wasn't really a white wizard, and so I wanted to take every one of each character that I could take.
Couldn't actually take 2 of them.
I didn't realize that there was 2 options, so I took a white mage too. But maybe it would have been better as a second red mage. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. It seemed during the character select screen that there were 2 different white mages and 2 different red mages, so I'm wondering if they promoted differently.
There were indeed. I didn't promote those, so I'm not sure if they promoted differently or not. My guess is no.
I'm probably gonna load this ROM back up and go grab the tail. Where was the tail?
The tail was a C.
Sea Shrine, TFC floor, bottom left corner.
Oh, I checked TFC for the memes, but I didn't check anywhere else.
And DVS is in Sky, so once they go beat down Tia, they'll have their 4th.
DVS didn't take the white wizard. Interesting.
Huh, curious.
I was excited to start with the white wizard.
They may have also been afraid that that white wizard wasn't really a white wizard.
I mean, they also didn't realize the world map edits were all. Speaking of which, no free bridge.
Nope, because Bridge was vanilla. I mean, I also didn't realize that all the map edits were off. I tried sailing to Ice Cave and was like, huh, that's not.
Yeah, I first noticed the map edits were off when I was coming back from Dwarf Cave. I think it was when I had the key and looking for the TNT. And I noticed I couldn't just walk past the mountain to go back to TOF from the dock.
Yeah, I saw that one was off. I never keep straight which ones are tied to each other.
I mean, I know some of them, but still, on that one.
Who double dipped Marsh before realizing they forgot to check Keylock Temple of Fiends? Besides me.
Oh, I double dipped Marsh. At the time, I just beelined straight for Crown, grabbing I think like 3 different chests along the way. When I went to Corneria and figured saw the TNT wasn't in its usual spot, I think the first place I went to was Astos, and then probably Marsh after that since I was in the area. And I think I went to Dwarf and then finally at last TOF.
So how'd it feel playing a bit of a souped-up vanilla-ish seed?
Well, I enjoyed it. It was the differences were pretty interesting. I made some like I completely skipped doing Earth Cave right after the canal opened. Kind of banking on, hey, maybe I could go get the item from the Circle of Sages. You know, maybe that was enabled, maybe it wasn't. You know, when you don't know what all flags are, you know, sometimes you gotta make educated risks like that. You know, keeps things interesting.
Very true. Also, DPS has pulled Tia.
Yeah, that was super interesting point too, because I thought, do I go Crescent to see if the early Sages is on, or do I dip the Ruby chest because I have Exit and see if the Ruby was in the Ruby chest, and it wasn't, and so I was like, oh no.
Also, DPS is just there for black shirt. First turn order goes down.
Oh no.
That's how you kill a Tiamat.
Agreed. Did anyone find the Ruby? It does not look like it from the trackers.
No, they did not.
No.
So the Titan went hungry today.
But there was no reason to feed him because you could just visit through the back door.
Yep.
Oh, I am so silly. I didn't even check.
Yeah, I checked after seeing if early Sarda was on after getting the floater.
Was there anything good in the boxes?
A whole lot of nothing. Nothing. I think it was just a couple of items and money.
Money that's one thing I wanted to say about this seed. That was the part that I think was my favorite. I felt like my money mattered the whole time. Some seeds you play, you get so much money and there's so little stuff that you want to buy that you're just so rich and it doesn't matter. But in this seed in particular, even at the very end of the game, when I went to Temple of Fiends, I spent the rest of my money. I think I had like 4,000 gold or something when I finished.
Also, Tiamat had nuclear.
Oh, Tia 2?
Tia 2 had nuclear.
Yeah, I think I saw that as well.
Tia 2's not fun, and the short Topher, I will absolutely reset out of it and check the other direction.
Oh, getting nucleared again.
Did he brack Tia 2?
Yes, he did.
That's awesome. I'm the opposite way, Cyrnus. I will reset out of Kraken 2.
Ah, well, then you would have been unfortunate, because Kraken 2 was the second boss in the other direction.
And sadly, DVS does not have masses. Ooh, and Lich had the Cure 4.
Oh.
Very first spell. In the place it should be. Also, coming out with Zap. But Lich 2's down.
Yeah, as far as Massa goes, I went and got that pretty early. I couldn't remember the exact price it was at, but I got about 7-ish K, and then when I went over I was a little short, but thankfully I was able to sell the, I think, 2 weapons that I had at the time, just had enough to grab a Mazda.
We were debating whether or not any of you would actually go and just, once you saw Massive, just like go immediately to Peninsular Power and just grind for them and just get 4. Also, did any of you think about, any of you that did double dip, or if you had the Massive, then I don't remember, just doing an eye grind?
I thought about it, but experience seemed heavy enough that no grind would be needed and that you could just, walk and grind.
I agree with Cyrnus on that. But to be noted, I did fight 4 eyes when I was down there with the Massa.
Yeah, you did. You got up to like level 14-ish fighting eyes.
I mean, you also had the Agamatile.
They were pretty tanky though.
I believe they went down to Bane or Brack, one of those two.
Yeah, I baned the Agamas when I went through there.
I think the trap tiles were just shuffled vanilla, right?
They were.
Yes. Yeah, when I pulled the eye fight, I don't think I had the Mazda at the time, so I took the fight, it was pretty close, but I didn't stick around to grind more of the eye. I did take a few of the Agma fights. I think I got up to about 14.
Also, DVS is probably going to finish real soon as well.
Who needs mosses when you got temper? That heal freehelm did some work for me too. I popped that a couple of times.
Weren't they buyable?
I think they were. I think you're right. They were buyable in one of the cities, but I just found one. So
Same shop as the Ribbon -5, I think.
Okay, that would have been Crescent then.
I mean, when you see a Ribbon -5, I don't think you're going to look at the rest of the shop.
Not really. I wasn't thinking too much about defense for most of the seed. I just wanted to, hit things.
I mean, Massive 4, and DVS is just Terminated Chaos, so get your GGs out in chat for that.
Yep. GG.
yeah, GG's to DVS for sure.
Finishing with an official time of 1 hour, 43 minutes, and 59 seconds. And we'll see if DVS wants to come in for an interview. Hey, DVS, GG.
Hey, thanks, guys. Well, that was interesting.
Yeah, so how about that floater?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm kind of curious what the actual aim of that flag is, because I felt like there were certain things in incentive locations and other things that randomly weren't.
So,
Modified vanilla itch.
Yeah.
So yeah, aside from the crown, which was the only chest item in its vanilla location, the rest of the basically NPC items were vanilla, but everything else was loose.
Yeah, I think that crown in Marsh is what threw me off. Because with the crown in Marsh, I think I ended up going because with Volcano following shortly after for me, I was running through Volcano thinking, oh, it's vanilla, so I just need to check the vanilla locations for all of the incentive items, and wound up skipping the armory until I literally cleared the rest of the game available without that floater. So, yeah, an exploration.
I have to ask, did you think about going back to Provoca for picking up those massive +4s?
I never checked the one weapon shop I didn't check. I realized they had the Vorpal 4s in Canaria. I was like, it's one weapon shop. There's no point in stressing over missing that one. Yeah, if it had massive 4s, it would have been nice.
For under 8K.
Oh, jeez. So my whole defeat chaos by constantly tempering a knight with a sun sword. I didn't have to do that.
I mean, be glad you didn't promote.
Oh, okay. All right, that's what I wanted to know. Am I the only one who brought the white mage instead of the white wizard?
No.
Okay.
People just took white mages and white wizards.
Okay. But what happened with promotion?
If Static, if you're there, do you want to explain that one since you were the only one to promote?
Oh, sure. So you promoted into a random class. The fighter turned into a red wizard. The red mage turned into a masker. My white mage was I don't remember. I think it was a red mage. They were usually on the ground.
Yes.
and the white wizard turned into a black mage.
Ow.
I mean, the master actually got static second place because level 49 master meet chaos.
Yeah. It's because I took the white mage assuming that if we tried to promote, it might like de-promote the wizard back to a mage. I had no idea what to expect. But yeah, I wasn't expecting random promotions.
Yeah, it seemed that the classes kept their stats from when they promoted. So the master, at least initially, was better off with the Maza equipped, but thanks to all the war mechs I encountered after that point, they quickly escalated to their usual power.
Yeah, I don't like the war mechs were interesting because I felt like I didn't hit any of them until I started collecting either orbs or enough items. And then they started popping up constantly.
Welcome to Warmech Unchained.
Okay. I've never played with that flag on before.
Basically, it takes the 8th slot of all areas is a Warmech. So if the 8th slot, in the table rolls first, you're going to see Warmech every time you power cycle.
Yeah. Coincidentally, I even ran into Warmech on the Bridge of Destiny.
Oh, Falconic saying encounter 7, not 8.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun trying to figure out, adapt and figure out what the seed happened to be. I think that crown threw me off, but yeah, wasn't that supposed to be the ruby though? The vanilla game? Is that the crown?
Mars, that would be the crown.
It's the crown?
Ruby,
Okay.
Yeah, the
Ruby's in the
is
vampire chest.
Okay.
Which has the katana 4.
Yeah, I think that's where you do the crown, you do Astos, you get the crystal. I feel like it wasn't until I got to I think it was the volcano chest, and I got 12 gold for getting the volcano chest. Wait, no, because that's not normally an incentive item. There's one chest where I was like, this is supposed to have a vanilla incentive item, and it didn't, and that really threw me off.
Yeah, it should have
Probably
been
the TNT.
Oh, yeah, Canaria key locked. Yeah, that's what it was.
I don't mean to ruin the broadcast, but we got a championship match going on.
We should definitely. Everyone who isn't should jump over to Speed Gaming 4 and check out what's going on in the Irongol Heavy Metal Championship match, because it is absolutely nuts. No,
Wait, what?
No spoilers. Go check it out.
I'm
Runners tonight. Follow my co-commentator. Follow Speed Gaming. And oh my god, go watch this match. Y'all have a great night.
Bye all!